Lesson 31. A lovable eccentric. In this lesson, you'll hear about a lovable eccentric. Now first, listen to the text, and then try to answer this question. Why did the shop assistant refuse to serve Dickie? 为什么这个售货员不肯接待 Dickie?
True eccentrics never deliberately set out to draw attention to themselves. They disregard social conventions without being conscious that they are doing anything extraordinary. This invariably wins them the love and respect of others, for they add color to the dull routine of everyday life. Up to the time of his death, Richard Colson was one of the most notable figures in our town. He was a shrewd and wealthy businessman, but most people in the town hardly knew anything about this side of his life. He was known to us all as Dickie, and his eccentricity had become legendary long before he died. Dickie disliked snobs intensely. Though he owned a large car, he hardly ever used it, preferring always to go on foot. Even when it was raining heavily, he refused to carry an umbrella. One day, he walked into an expensive shop after having been caught in a particularly heavy shower. He wanted to buy a £300 watch for his wife, but he was in such a bedraggled condition that an assistant refused to serve him. Dickie left the shop without a word and returned carrying a large cloth bag. As it was extremely heavy, he dumped it on the counter. The assistant asked him to leave, but Dickie paid no attention to him and requested to see the manager. Recognizing who the customer was, the manager was most apologetic and reprimanded the assistant severely. When Dickie was given the watch, he presented the assistant with a cloth bag. It contained £300 in pennies. He insisted on the assistant's counting the money before he left. 30,000 pennies in all. On another occasion, he invited a number of important critics to see his private collection of modern paintings. This exhibition received a great deal of attention in the press. For though the pictures were supposed to be the work of famous artists, they had in fact been painted by Dickie. It took him 4 years to stage this elaborate joke, simply to prove that critics do not always know what they are talking about.
So why did the shop assistant refuse to serve Dickie? Right, because he was a snob. Dickie looked too poor to be able to afford anything in this expensive shop. So the shop assistant simply refused to serve him. 这篇课文的最主要的线索呢，就是发生在这家高级商店中的事情。但是课文的内容并不止于此。课文的第一段先向我们对所有的怪人做了一个概述。第二段呢，又对 Dickie 这一个怪人做了一个简介。第三段呢，又举了几个例子来进一步说明 Dickie 他的古怪。所以请大家注意，第一段呢使用的是现在时，因为讲述的是一般规律。后边两段用的是过去时，因为讲到的是具体的人。Okay, now let's look at some language points. First, look at the title. A lovable eccentric. Eccentric, here it means a strange person, 一个怪人。那么除了名词之外呢， eccentric 还可以用作形容词使用。那么一个怪人就可以表达成 an eccentric person。它做形容词的时候，它的同义词呢包括 strange 或者 odd。那么课文后边又出现了 eccentric 的名词形式。His eccentricity had become legendary. Eccentricity means the strange or odd behavior or nature. 这里呢 eccentricity 是指古怪的行为或者特性。They disregard social conventions. Social conventions 社会习俗。跟它相关的词还有 social norms 社会规范 social customs 社会风俗。课文说的是不遵循社会风俗，用的 disregard 这个动词。那么表达遵循社会的习惯，可以使用 follow social conventions or conform to social conventions. They add color to the dull routine of everyday life. Add color to something means to make something more colorful, more interesting. 使事情更有色彩，更有意思。我们在前面几课学过它的形容词形式。One of the most colorful figures. 最有意思的一个人物。He was known to us all as Dickie. 课文刚刚告诉我们，他的名字叫 Richard Colson。为什么这里又被称为 Dickie 呢？ Colson 是他的 last name， 他的姓。如果我们跟一个人并不熟悉，我们会称他为 Mr. Colson。再熟悉一点，可以称名 first name， 就可以叫他 Richard。而 Dick 是 Richard 的昵称 nickname。Dickie 比 Dick 又进了一层，所以从人们对他的称谓上，我们也可以看出 Dickie was a lovable person. Dickie disliked snobs intensely. Snob means somebody who looks down upon those who are inferior and flatters those who are superior. 就是中文中的势利小人。它的形容词形式是 snobbish， 势利的行为或者特性就是 snobbery。 He disliked snobs intensely. Here it means he disliked snobs strongly. Intensely 这个副词经常用来表达情感的强度。For example, I was intensely moved by the film. 我被这部电影深深地打动了。After having been caught in a particularly heavy shower. Be caught in means be in a difficult or very unpleasant situation. 陷入某种困境。这里指的就是 be caught in a shower. 突然下雨，他毫无准备。I'll give you one more example.I was caught in a traffic jam on my way to the airport. 我去机场的路上遇到塞车。He was in such a bedraggled condition. Be in a condition means be in a certain kind of state, especially physical state. 在什么样一个状态下，尤其指的是外表或者说身体状况。那么 be in a bedraggled condition我们从上下文中也可以猜出 bedraggled 的意思，就是 he was wet, dirty and untidy， 湿淋淋的、泥污的。As it was extremely heavy, he dumped it on the counter. Dump means put down something, especially something heavy, carelessly. 猛地扔下来或者重重地放下。But dump can also mean to get rid of something. Dump 另外还有一个词义，就是扔掉什么东西。For example, he dumped his old car. 他把他的旧车扔掉了。You can also dump somebody. For example, she dumped her boyfriend. 意思就是她把她的男朋友甩了。Requested to see the manager. Request means asked to see the manager. 但是 request 比 ask 更为正式。The manager was most apologetic. Apologetic means to show or to say that you're extremely sorry. 表示抱歉的。我们知道它的动词是 apologize。名词是 apology， 那么这里的 most apologetic，most means extremely， 它不是最高级，而是非常的意思。The manager reprimanded the assistant severely. Reprimand， 责备。跟它相近的词有 reproach or scold or blame。但是 reprimand 跟这些词不同的一点是，它强调在公开场合的指责。It contained £300 in pennies. 我们知道一便士是 one penny。Pennies 是 penny 的复数，指的是多个一便士的硬币。那么 pence 也是 penny 的复数，区别是 pence 指的是货币单位，那么它可以简写为 p。我们在前边的几课学到过这个句子 He dropped his 50 pence and it bounced along the pavement. 这里的 pence 就是指的50便士，货币单位的复数。He insisted on the assistants counting the money before he left. Insist on somebody's doing something. 坚持让某人做某事。那么 insist 还可以这样使用，它后边可以接一个由 that 引导的从句，但是注意从句中要使用虚拟语态。这句话如果后边要接上从句，就要这样表达。He insisted that the assistant should count the money. 这里 should 可以省略。当然 insist on 后边还可以加上一个名词或者名词性词组。For example, she insisted on her innocence. 她坚持她的清白无辜。This exhibition received a great deal of attention in the press. The press means newspapers, magazines, or parts of TV and radio that broadcast news. The press 指的就是报纸、杂志、电台、电视台播报新闻的这些部分，就是新闻界。那么新闻自由就可以表达为 the freedom of the press. It took him 4 years to stage this elaborate joke. Stage 我们知道在用作名词使用的时候，意思是舞台。这里呢是用作动词使用，意思是 to arrange or organize something， 安排或者策划什么事情。We can say to stage a play. It means to arrange and perform a play. 排一部戏。You can also stage an event. It means to arrange an event as if to put on a performance. 就像排戏一样来安排一件事情。这里呢就是指来安排这个恶作剧。Elaborate means detailed and careful. 细致的或者精心的。So an elaborate joke means a carefully planned joke or trick. 意思就是一个悉心安排的玩笑，或者一出精心策划的恶作剧。在英文中要表达否定，我们最常用的方式就是 no 或者 not. But actually, there are a lot of different ways of expressing negatives. 但其实呢，在英文中表示否定的办法有很多。这篇课文就给我们提供了很多例子。We'll see how the text expresses negatives. First, let's look at the 3 sentences. Most people in the town hardly knew anything about this side of his life. Though he owned a large car, he hardly ever used it. True eccentrics never deliberately set out to draw attention to themselves. 这几句话当中，否定的意思其实都是由副词来完成的。我们都知道 hardly 意思其实就是 almost not。那么这句话用 hardly 表达的其实是这个意思。Most people in the town almost did not know anything about this side of his life. 同样，这句话其实也就是说 he almost never used his large car. 那么 never 是从来不的意思，所以如果用通常意义的否定来表达，就变成 True eccentrics do not ever set out to draw attention to themselves. 除了副词之外，动词也可以表示否定。Look at these sentences. They disregard social conventions. Disregard 这个动词呢，含有一个表示否定意义的前缀 dis， 其实就表达了 they do not follow social conventions 这个意思。He refused to carry an umbrella. 还有 the assistant refused to serve him. Refuse to do something means not do something. 这两句话其实也表达了否定的意思，就是 he did not carry an umbrella. The assistant did not serve him. 除了动词和副词之外，这篇课文呢还使用了 without 的结构来表达否定。Look at these two examples. They disregard social conventions without being conscious. 还有 Dickie left the shop without a word. Without 用来表示一种伴随状态，是说同时并没有做什么事情。所以这里如果用否定来表达，就变成 They disregard social conventions and they are not conscious. 同样，这句话也可以表达为 Dickie left the shop and he didn't say a word. Right, so much about the language study of this text. Now finally, let's come back to the topic of eccentric people. The text tells us that eccentrics disregard social conventions. Is it good or bad? How should we look at social conventions? 我们究竟应当怎么样来看待社会风俗呢？一般的来说，我们都认为应当遵循社会风俗。We should follow social conventions because all of us need social recognition. 社会的承认，英文中的表达是 social recognition. 那么英文中还有这样一句话 Human beings are social animals. 因为人是社会的动物。但是课文恰恰告诉我们 eccentrics are lovable because they disregard social conventions. 这些怪人的魅力恰恰在于他们并不理会社会习俗。Because if a person is being too conventional, he or she might be too conservative. 一个人如果太守规矩，就可能变得保守。And one may lose his individuality. 那么就可能失去个性。个性就是 individuality。课文中呢，还告诉我们有真正的怪人 true eccentrics, who never deliberately draw attention to themselves. Then there must be false eccentrics, who will try their best to draw attention. 那么一定还有虚假的怪人，可能就是我们说的哗众取宠的人。If true eccentrics are lovable, then false eccentrics might be hateful. All right, so much on this topic. I'll see you next time.